trying something new with the headband. Don't know if I like it. I don't have enough hair to pull this off. Anyway, hey guys, it's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be talking about the 9 books that I need to finish by the end of the year. So we have like 6 weeks left of the year. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. We have about 6 weeks left of the year, and there are some books that I really need to get to that I've been saying I was going to read in 2018. And you know, I put them off like everyone does. So we're gonna talk about them, and you're gonna hold me accountable if I don't read them. Okay, so number 1, the most popular one probably on this list, is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I want to at least start the series, see if I like it, dip my toes in the water, as it were. I think it's like a paranormal YA contemporary fantasy book. I don't actually know a lot about it, and I kind of want to keep it that way, and I just want to dive in because I don't want to build expectations, especially for a book that I've had like over a year. I don't want to like set myself up to dislike it. I don't want to necessarily read the whole quartet, but just get to the first book, see if I like it. This is kind of embarrassing, but the next book that I have, I actually bought when I first joined BookTube, and not as like a creator, as like a viewer. So I almost bought this book like 2 years ago, and that is The Girl of Fire and Thorns. This is a book by Ray Carson. It is the first book in a trilogy. And I think it's about a girl who's like a prophesied princess and has to do something about saving the kingdom. I don't know. If you know me, the tropes that I love are like The Chosen One and prophecies. Those type of things like really get me going. So I really need to dive into this. I almost kind of just want to read it to see if I like it, and if I don't, I can just clear it off my shelf because it's been here so long. I either need to add it to the forever staying or it needs to go. The next book is kind of in the same vein, and that is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I've heard very mixed things about these. I bought this and Girl of Fire and Thorns when I first joined BookTube, like I said, and some people were raving about them, but since then I've kind of become a bit more like, I found that I'm a bit more critical than the people's videos I was watching, so I'm like, oh crap, I bought these books and I might not like them. But I just need to give it a go, see if I like it. This is the first book in a 6-book series about, I don't know, it's like a Game of Thrones for young adult. So I might like it. Who knows? I'm excited. So the next book is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, and this is kind of a mix of science fiction and literary fiction mixed together. It's post-apocalyptic, and it's about a troupe of performers that travel around to whoever is left in the world and perform Shakespeare. Really, I have put this off till the end of the year because I know I'm probably going to love it. Everyone that has read this loves it, and it sounds right up my alley because I really like those quiet literary fiction novels every now and then. Like every few months I like to read something like this, but I just hadn't been in the mood for it, and I hadn't picked it up, and I knew I would like it, so that's why it's on the list. I need to get to it, so yell at me if I don't. So this is one that I'm actually surprised I hadn't got to. This is Everless by Sarah Holland. So this is a story basically about a girl who lives in a kingdom where time is like a currency, and the nobility are pretty much immortal because they steal all the time from the poor people, and they just kind of live forever, and of course then they perpetuate this like harmful currency system. So it sounds really interesting. I actually bought this back in February when The Cruel Prince came out. I bought them together, and I just haven't got around to it, and I'm excited to read it. It's a beautiful cover. It's got those scalloped edges, which if I ever get a book published, like I want scalloped edges on my book. So this is probably going to be one that I get to pretty quickly. The next two, honestly, I'm scared about. I'm afraid I'm not going to get to them because they're so big and so daunting. And that is Lair of Dreams and Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. These are the second and third books in a 4-book series. The last one isn't out yet, but I have read the first one. I really enjoyed it. I read it this time last year, and I gave it 4 stars, and I needed to continue on in the series. And I was saving these two to read in October as like a spooky read, and just with revisions and then getting into AMM and all of the writing things going on, I just didn't get to read as much as I want to. So now I'm just kind of like, do I save them for next October, or do I just hurry up and finish them before the end of the year? I think I need to finish them by the end of the year. Okay, and this next one was actually on my goals list of things that I wanted to finish before the end of the year. The only goal that I made for myself, reading-wise, for the entire year, besides like, you know, reading 65 books or whatever, was to read The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This was my only goal. I have to achieve my only goal. So if you weren't aware, this is a huge epic fantasy that spans multiple different kingdoms and lots of things going on, politics, I'm assuming murder and magic because most of Brandon Sanderson's books include that. And I mean, it's a chunker. I think it's like 1,200 pages. No, it's just about 1,000 pages, but this is a big boy. Like, this is gonna take me, I mean, if I read a lot, it would at least take me like a week. But like, I don't have time right now to be reading a big book like this in a week, so it's gonna take me a while. But I think I'm really gonna enjoy it, and my only goal, people. And the last one is one that I always forget about because it's in such a hidden place in my bookshelf. And it's such a quiet novel. It's not necessarily one that like shouts out to me to read, but I've had it for so long now and I am interested in it. I need to read it. And that is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvel. I think is how you say it. This is one that I know, again, very little about. I think it has something to do with these giant formations being uncovered all over the earth, and they all make some kind of like pattern or like conjoin to make some kind of figure or something like that. And it sounds science fiction-y, but I'm really, really intrigued by the mystery and what all these pieces mean. And a lot of people that have read this that I love and respect, BookTube, really love this one. So I need to get to it. It's been on my shelf too long. And it's not that long of a book, so I could get through this in a couple days. Anyways, so those are all of the books that I need to get to by the end of the year. Comment down below and let me know if you have read any of these, or tell me some of the books that you need to get to before time runs out, because Thanksgiving is going to be here soon, and then Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate, and it's just, the year's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. And all of the book plans that we had are going to be obliterated. So help me stay on it. I'm going to encourage you to get through the rest of your goals. And we're going to finish out 2018 strong. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!